Welcome back. We're here at Mayor Denny Walaker's office. Mayor, thanks for being with us again. No money in President Obama's budget for the FM diversion project. How much of a setback is it for this project?
We're in the design phase right now, and we have enough funding for our commitments. It's the Corps of Engineers that wants to continue because it costs them about $250,000 to stop, and to start again and so forth. And they're hoping for some. We had a conference call this morning with Colonel Price, and everybody's working. Our congressional people, Senator Hoeven, Senator Heitkamp, Representative Kramer, Klobuchar, are all working to try and find another way to get the funding. Because it's my understanding there's three budgets, and one from the House, one from the Senate, and one from the President, and so forth. And is this a strategy? I don't know. I have no idea if it's a strategy. He cut out everything. Even the #1 project was in Sacramento. No funding for design.
But does it give you concern? I mean, this is the first time in 4 years the money's not there. And secondly, it's $5 million out of a $3.8 trillion budget.
Yeah, I understand. But there was only $6 million set aside for the coastal areas. And is this trying to get the attention of the Congress? I have no idea. I'm not privy to any of that.
A lot of people are saying that this may be due to Representative Al Carlson's amendments in House Bill 1020.
I don't think anybody could go that far just to pin this on his back. Whether you agree with him or not, I don't think the Congress or the President fully, any of that stuff is, I just can't imagine that. I just can't imagine.
But then on the flip side, one of the things that came out when you guys saw the amendments, I think you and also Mr. Vanyo said, hey, if we don't have local support, how are we going to go to D.C. and get this money? And if you're saying, hey, it's not because of the amendments, was local support not that big of a deal?
No, the comments, the amendments put on when they drafted the bill 1020 would be very, very negative. I'm much more concerned about what happens on Monday than I was concerned about the President's budget. Was I totally surprised? No. I am definitely wish that some money had been put in the project for our project, but it wasn't, and we'll go from there. We'll work on that from one aspect, but I don't think that there is any direct correlation. What it does do is give some credence to the coalition that are putting these ads in the Tribune, Bismarck Tribune, and the Minot papers and so forth about they want to save the amendments, but there seems to be some conflict there, because if you use the amendments in their entirety in the state law, that means that we can't, that would stop the project.
Last time I visited with you, you said you were going to kind of lean on Senator Tony Grinberg to get these amendments out. HB 1020 is in Senate appropriations today. What are you hearing from Senator Grinberg, and are they going to be moved out on Monday?
He's working on it. I mean, he's trying to find common ground, and that's one thing about Tony. He's always trying to find, he's a lot like Hoeven in that respect. They try to find common ground to satisfy both positions and so forth. So we will not cast any stones or throw any daggers until it's all said and done.
Last question for you. I'm hearing some rumors that there's talk about a local and or state funded basically diversion project, about $1 billion. Any truth to that?
The comments I'll make about that are, if it gets to that point, we will consider it. That's why Reaches 1 and Reaches 3 were so important to take care of the flooding on the north half of Cass County. The county's, we feel is the county's position, and we support it. The same way with the solving the problems for Oxbow, we support that. We think it's the county's situation since it's in their jurisdiction. To say, we're not there yet. You know, if we get there, then we'll have to make a decision.
But there are some people that are at least having that conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know, we think there's probably some input from a lot of people that say North Dakota's got a lot of money now, and why don't they just do it themselves and so forth. But Dalrymple has told us the same thing over and over again. We need federal participation in the project. And one of the things that nobody seems to understand, sure, it's got a $1.8 billion total funding, so forth, but the federal share is somewhere around 800 to 900 million, but it's spread out over 9 years. And that's one of the things that seems to be lost in all the rhetoric that's going on.
Mayor Walaker, always great to have your time. I appreciate it very, very much. And we know this thing is far from over. And be sure and stay with us. Coming up next, we've got Clark Kent, Superman himself. You got to see what I'm talking about. As always, we love your feedback. Go to our website, 630pov.com.